this evening, but we are up and running and live. Welcome to round 5 of Series Futsal, the men's competition here on a Friday night in Thomastown. My name's Adam Palombi to be providing the commentary this evening for quite the night in which we have in store. It's kick-started with a Western derby, which currently remains neither goal or goals scored for either side. So 0-0, close affair, which we're happy to witness. So nothing, despite the stream not being up and running, has occurred. So in a strange switch of fortune, perhaps, a bit lucky that nothing's occurred so far in this contest, but the Carlton bench have been rather animated. They're chasing their first win this season, and they feel like they might have something tangible to cheer about tonight if they can do it at the expense of their rivals from the other side of the town. It's Noel Sorma who has called for a timeout right as we've gone live. Josh, I'm sure, downstairs in the bunker has quite the smile and amusement on his face. But we might opt to see if that sends us to our first commercial break. We're not entirely sure if we have that up and running. The scoreboard is now up and there. So time will tell whether or not we can send you to a short commercial break.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player, because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally, futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that. We know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or not.
Certainly not correct in that. We do love Josh. It's been mentioned in the comments, but so far not much to really comment on in terms of this contest. Both sides locked in a stalemate. Chances at both ends. Aaron New against his former club, with the captain's armband on for United, has been focal in making a couple of saves from close range to deny his former teammates. It was Ali Nini and Ses Makulu who had gleaming chances, but it was the shot stopper who stood tall. But it's Namfam's ball just inside his own half. Timaraes with a heavy press. Pereira finds Nini. Joe Miller at the other end also has had some work to do, and a heavy press has arrived. There's a chance for United! And there's the opening goal. Rahibi at the back posts puts away a fine cross in from Yahubi. And it's first blood in the Western derby. It's the Black and Green Army who kickstart the contest. They left it all until the final 2 minutes of the first half to break the deadlock. And the Noel Sorma's side feel as if they might be a bit hard done by, but they simply had to take their chances when they had them rather at the other end, and we'll see if they can find some form of response. As Kenner takes a fine touch. It had quite the pace on at the ball from Pham. Fine footwork from the goal scorer. He might look to go solo. Rahabi can find space. Nini cleans things up at the expense of the side ball. Ball might have been rolling. And that's what the call will be from the official on the crowd side. Nice little build-up, of course, for the Western derby. Numbers from both sides representing their side of the town. As Pereira. Here's Nini. Pham tries to play that overlapping run. It's a good ball And a chance! But it'll be a penalty. And a yellow card issued to provider Jacobi, who impeded Kenner's run inside the box. Noel Sorma was nearly in the United bench with the protests. But it's not a penalty, it will be indirect from such close range while Jaron in the wall. Aaron Yu trying to organise those around him to just put off the City players who have only a short amount of time remaining in this half. They had to take a chance there. Couple of high boots perhaps, and Ciaris is sounding his whistle. But United have called for the timeout. So this half ramping up in its closing stages. Another timeout has been called, and we'll cross back to another commercial break.
Enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level. So you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard, and maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
So on the cusp of half-time, this will be the final play of it. No time left on the scoreboard. The clock has bleeded out. Ciaris having a look. Felt as if there might have been a few seconds left, but this will surely be the final kick of the half. Can United make it two? Jacobi behind the dead ball. He lets it roll for Rahibi. Couldn't get it beyond Jaramillo, and United players believe they have a corner. The clock hasn't updated, so there's still some time left in this half. Rahibi nearly had it behind him, somehow got it in front of him. That will be half time. Rahibi hit the deck and went right into the boarding. So don't go too far away. I'm sure you have grown rather, you could say, frustrated by what you've seen so far, given there hasn't been much of it. But it's United in this Western derby. You have a one-goal lead heading into half-time. Be back shortly for the second half to have all the action live on YouTube for round 5 of Series Futsal Victoria.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level. So you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
Grew up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home.
Ciara sounds his whistle for the second half of the Western Derby, the first for the 2024 second season. It's advantage United as well. Jaron controls nicely from the sky. Head of the way by Coe. Sess McCullough spinning, getting his shot away at the near post, and it's Aaron New who denies yet another former teammate at both ends of each set of goals tonight. Each keeper will be saying the same thing as Nini. Wants to try my catching practice on commentary with that high lofted effort. Always quite the captivating contest, these Western derbies. So much at stake in terms of bragging rights between the two sides. It's Carlton who don't want to falter to yet another loss in the competition. You feel like they're not going to go out on their sword, considering performance put on from last week, but Ali Nini, how's that gone in? The celebration might be rather tame. You don't expect him to so much celebrate an effort like so. It somewhat had spiraled towards Aaron New, and he was off-sighted, unbalanced, and had the ball just trickle its way into the net, and it's one apiece in the Western Derby. Bizarre circumstances to get us here. But that will be the status quo for now with Sesmakula. Here's Yee. Sesmakula continued his run and he was in an advanced area, if acknowledged. Truly indeed a rare mistake by you, and well, perhaps the occasion getting to the former City custodian. It's been in some form the last few weeks for United. It's been arguably one of their, well, if not their best signing, considering the amount of high-profile players that had departed the club following the start of the second season this calendar year. So these two tonight trying to turn that narrative as Rabi, deep ball to Jaron. Back to the goal scorer, Rahibi, Di Moraes. Coaching playing role for Fernando in these later stages of his career as Jaron went across the face of goal. Di Moraes took it over. Chance for Jaron, who was arriving at the back post, and Rahibi potentially could have gone on his own. Quite the evening we have this round for round 5. Sure, those watching have seen all the speculation in recent weeks. All come alive as Sesmakula. Look at the protests from Noel Soma and company. They thought as if there was an impingement. Azu's gone right back to the locker room with that throw, and a look of confusion turning into a look of amusement. He has a chat towards Sakurada. Uncertain what the idea might have been from Aaron on that occasion, but will be City's possession. And as I was trying to mention in the build-up to that play, it's quite the evening. He's got Pascoe Vale and Fitzroy locking horns in our next fixture, all to be capped off with the Blues taking on Hume. And the Blues have acquired some of the greatest players across, dare I say, Asia, but the world, in fact, considering the acquisitions they've made in recent time. As Nini, Jaron thought he had a foul. Rahibi wants to try to find the man aforementioned at the back post. It was Nini getting in the way. So Rahibi, tricky feat for someone of his size. Di Moraes couldn't find the angle. Now Di Moraes. Velocity, but not accuracy. Just under 5 minutes played in the second half. That's a great searching ball from Ko to try and lock Nam Pham, who had made his run over the top. Nagobi. Rahibi. Side netting again, and Jaramillo just instructing to his troops to get that touch tighter, but they are closing the angle. City players are ensuring that these United talents that come forward can't have a clear-cut effort upon their goal, and considering the performance they put in last week, they've done rather well on that occasion against the Blues, and as much of what we had seen there from City, with Ko just blocking at any chance he could. Took the Blues a fair chunk of that contest to find their opener as Jaron has hit the deck and has drawn the foul. Right on the edge of the box. Yet another chance for United to potentially go in front. And the man who drew the foul will take the free kick. The Jaron name rings around Western United. Now for the men's side, it's the brother of Jaron from Women's Outlet who stands behind this free kick. Tense moment perhaps as Jaron. Jaramillo got his angles right and was rather fortunate there was nothing bobbling over his line. Body use from Yagobi, Rahibi across the face, and Jaron is there for 2-1. The advantage played A card issued, but the scoreline changes hands yet again. 2-1 in favour of the black and green, who lead the derby yet again. City have to formulate some response. You can see some City alumni watching the game from the crowd. As Pham, his shot blocked by Castro. Sesmakula, heavy press from Sakurada. Ran into the front of his former Knight teammate as Kenner does supremely well in that tight area and thought he might have had a side possession. Evangelista. Rahibi dancing with Kenner, sending him away from the equation. It was a great run from Rahibi, and the snapshot from Evangelista came from distance, nullified by the block. Hence Jaramillo was easy in claiming. So Pham tried to find Sesmakula. Rahibi couldn't go around Kenner and Sesmakula. Cast your mind back to last season's Western derbies. All the drama, all the intrigue, the Angelatos moment in particular to put United in front. He's itching to come on as Rahibi! Off the bar and in with the chip. Tantalising play from a tall man with ballerina footwork. He's hit his brace. He embraces the bench. And it's 3-1 for Western United, who double their advantage in the derby. Oh, you speak about United moments, and that was one of them on full display as you to Sakurada, bouncing ball, Angelatos trying to interpret. Pereira not beyond Evangelista. Once Rahibi was staring down the barrel of Jaramillo. How cool was the number 10? So audacious, so cheeky with the chip. Jaramillo is quite the man to beat in between the sticks, and is bamboozled on that occasion. So the Summit just growing that touch taller for City. Evangelista steps in. Castro just has to get there, and he does. And it's 4-1. Well, Soma calling the timeout, his side on the ropes. Furat Castro had to lunge, but he was there to get it beyond the evading keeper of Jaramillo. Timeout called by Noel Soma. 3 goals in which United lead by. We're going to cross back to a short commercial break. You're watching the Western United derby here on YouTube.
Union Group. You can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
Adam, coming back live.
Yeah, please do.
3, 2, 1, live.
Back yet again, and Sakurada has just hit the bar for United. Evangelista slides to prevent that ball reaching Trin, and it's all going a bit from bad to worse for City. Well, Solma called the timeout. You can see Fitzroy warm up in the distance. Kevin Lamb, well, he knows City like the back of his hand. He watches on as his former teammates are trying to get themselves back in this contest, and Evangelista just remaining ominous with his standing tackling. So what can City find in response? Only trailed by 3 goals, and in futsal, it's an attainable scoreline. Pereira had possession, lost it. Well, Soma just with a exacerbated shrug. Angelatos trying to pick out Castro. Well, Jaron looking like he wants to have his implications yet again. His bib is off. He's awaiting the next out to enter. It's a fine ball to Fam. Angles tight. Ken is there as support. Castro's there to intervene as Angelatos been told to go towards the sticks. Heads towards Evangelista. Sakurada has it. And Jaramillo palms it away. Quite the exciting player. The youngster, Taizé Sakurada, is for not only the competition, but for now United as well. Jaron takes a touch. Sakurada tries a spin. Jaramillo thought about going early. A risky play from City. They look to try and make it work. Angelatos sliding on the deck. And earns a United possession. So you orchestrating a forward movement and put too much mayo on that pass. So Kenna can find space, trying to really hug the touchline. As player manager Dimaraes re-enters the fray. He's in possession. Thought about trying his luck, and I wonder how City are going to try to approach this game. Whether they try to go a bit more direct. They try to just press highly upon their opponents. You're not sure what the game plan is yet, but you can see how high United are holding their line. You just coming off his goal line and using the full length of his box, just trying to keep his former side from progressing further forward in terms of structure. Blue Co just conceding players. Ighobi takes the kick in. Ciaris just issuing a card. And a sending off. Ighobi has been withdrawn from the Western Derby. You feel as if he had not utilised the substitution correctly. Aaron New with a complaint of frustration, but what has occurred there? Well, United are down momentarily to 3. With one less player, the marching orders have been sent, and, well, Ighobi is on his bike. He's coming across towards commentary side. If only we had someone down there at ground level to just have his thoughts at this time as he watches on from a distance. Behind, well, the fence. From the outside looking in, but with City rather have a genuine chance. An extra, looks like they had an extra player, but all 4 are on the court for United. A lot of confusion perhaps around that. So the long walk has begun for the man who we think has been sent off. Ugobi just making his way back to the locker room, and well, there's 4 United shirts on the court. So yet we remain at this little patch of play. It's back and alive, and the block arrived from Al Jared. Right in front of the United bench. As it bobbles, it's a big save from Aaron New. Acrobatic, the keeper, to prevent that effort from Trin. Pereira behind the corner. No City players in the box. Too much time taken. Or Pereira's kick in from the corner, and it's a cheap giveaway of possession. Long ball forward, and Jaramillo was assertive. Coast to coast, keeper to keeper. Someone in purple for City who punches away. Threat still remains. Rahibi tries to find Jaron. Angelatos just bumped off it to embrace. It was Ko who had sent his counterpart to the asphalt. Trin nearly out of court, nearly over the barriers. Pereira trying to just withstand that Dimaraes press. Still remains with Pereira. Incisive pass for Kenner. Jaron had to clear. Is that more like it from Noel Somers' side? United fresh off the break. And still in the winners column, of course, following their victory against Altona. Their first of the season. City, well, as it stands, will have the break. Dare I say up next. For round 6, they will have a spell. And they're staring down the barrel. 0-5 as Yee thought he'd try his former keeper's footwork. The low effort, and it was you who just something in the way of it. And City growing frustrated. Can't seem to keep a clear head in these situations as you, with 6:45 left on the clock, wanted to find Evangelista forward. United trying to put this one beyond doubt. But currently watching it, can't exactly make any arguments for City. Not showcasing the fire in which they had last week against the Moreland Blues. United corner. Evangelista chipping ball. Rahibi loves a party trick. And his effort goes right down the mid-grip of Jaramillo, who's thrown it directly to Dimaraes. Rahibi takes over, takes a ball roll, gets his low effort away, and ground level was the keeper. Just get his foot in the way. Ses Makula back in the fray. It's gone right to Angelatos, who's trying to find the angle. Nini backtracking, Rahibi. Can't go around Kenner. Angelatos. He winds up and he simply jets off. Done well to backtrack, and the back heel's going to work. This is cute play from United. City, realising it's too cute for comfort, they took over momentarily. Rahibi in some space. Trying to find that bit of opening, perhaps, which they just seemed to, well, they weren't able to find that occasion, and they weren't too far away. Rahibi dances around Yee. Round Nini, still going. Evangelista, here's Dimaraes. Angelatos. That's lovely play from United. Can they finish? Angelatos will. Dimaraes embraces Aaron Yu. It's 5-1 in the Western Derby. That might be all but definitive. Very crafty play from some creativity amongst the United ranks. And City were basically turned into witches' hats. Time against them, the scoreline against them. It simply all has to go right for them. It's at the other end, it's Rahibi, it's Sakurada, it's the post again. We are in stoppage time. The clock will stop, but well, what can really be said about Western City last week? I really thought that was quite the indication going into tonight, considering they had played out of their skin against Moreland. They really had them sweating. They left it late, the Blues, in that game to find their winner, and well, it's just hadn't come in that same vein tonight as well. Jaron gets to Sakurada. It's 6-1. United unrelenting at the expense of their City counterpart. And they're enjoying the current flow of things. So it just seems it can't get it beyond you. It's Pham with the effort. It's 6-1. A 5-goal lead for the black and green in their white stripes. And well, it's back to the drawing board yet again for City. As Jaramillo tries to take the game upon his own hands. It's Nini, who's out of real estate. And for City, they do return in round 7 against the Altona Knights. You simply feel like they have to find some form of response. Of course, last season it was the Black Army of Hume who had gone 0-5. They managed to remain in the competition, of course. Not succumbing to relegation. Of course, that was FC Carlton Heart. It was United who survived the playoffs. What was a very tantalising contest against, dare I say, the Northern Phoenix, as Sakurada angles tight. Jaramillo with his foot just in the way. Lineups, of course, have been confirmed, as they are always prior to the game by each club's respective social media Instagram account. And well, we're very excited to see what's going to occur next. Javado Nepomuceno returns. As meanwhile, it's Castro who commands the space. The big man makes it 7-1. Sympathies to those who might be Brazilian, but your mind just gets cast back to that 2014 World Cup, where the champions of Germany made it 7-1, and that scoreline will always remain in sync with that night in Rio de Janeiro. And well, another night like such occurring in Thomastown. 6 goals in which United lead by. And having seen the delay, you can argue, if you are a City fan, might come into proceedings. But having watched the warm-ups of both sides, it looked as if City were raring to go. They had everything done correctly. Their team unity, their feeling heading into the contest. They had such belief, but you felt as if those 2 United goals had gone in to make it 2 and 3-1 respectively. It simply was the sapping. It was the emptying of that gas tank of positivity, and since then they never really looked like finding any form of response. Credit to United, they had some brilliant play. They've began to really mould into a team. It's issues in which they've dealt with throughout majority of their playing tenure, as City have pulled one back. 2:44 left on the clock. Down by 5 as a timeout has been called. Let us know in the comments throughout this little timeout intervention what your thoughts are on the contest, as we will cross to a short commercial break.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level. So you have to work hard every day. It's detailed. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group.
So City draw one back. They trail by 5. And Sakurada nearly reinstalled the 6-goal buffer as well, Jaron. Well, we know how he's tantalised courts in the championship, in the youth competition. He's on the big stage, and well, the newly acquired United man is certainly living up to the billing. But there's a real tangible feel around the stream, around Series Futsal, around the company as a whole, considering the agreement made from the Moreland Blues. That will culminate tonight's events in Thomastown, but Evan Sumalina will take to a Series Futsal court. The pivot player, the man from Papua, Indonesia, will be gracing our court in hopefully just over an hour's time. And well, we are beyond excited as Sakurada from inside his own half. Jarmilo trying to take the game on, trying to find some form of consolation, but it's the coffee consummate professional from inside his own half who gets involved on the scoring party, and you really begin to question City's fate, to put it quite frankly, inside the division, considering the start they've made. Of course, the club had gone through a major transition. Management changes, player changes in abundance. They've acquired, not exactly sure how to describe their acquisitions in the off-season, but you really start to question how they can respond. And it has been promised. I do bang on last week a fair bit, but you do think about a game in which, or the game in which they took to Moreland last week, and they were fantastic in that contest. Although it was a loss, they really bothered Milton Sakos and his side. They were growing frustrated within it. But tonight they simply look dejected. They look out of answers, and well, it's United who are closing in on yet another big victory within this opening few games of the season. Of course, was Pascoe Vale last week at the hands of the Altona Knights, who boasted a 7-goal winning margin. It was 11-4 for the championship winners. We're excited to see them lock horns with Fitzroy. As Sakurada, no goalkeeper to speak of. Evangelista angles tight. Play will continue. It's Pham with Sesmakula. Pereira couldn't work the angle. You thought he'd try his luck, and well, we're just waiting for this contest to find its natural conclusion. Just reading the accolades of Sumalina, and wow, it's all but awe-inspiring. It's almost daunting. Assessment Makula, that's brilliance from Trevor. Although it might not mean much in the complexion of the contest. Tantalising play from the City number 17, and you can hear the rain just hit the roof as they hit one back, 3-8 to score. Unsighted Aaron News. He's gingerly to get back up on his feet. But quite the finish. and consolation prize for Ses Makula. As well, Jaron has his boot fling at thin air, and 35 seconds left in this contest. Start thinking about the most important player. Your mind has to be Caster Rahabi. He has been the point of difference tonight for United. Simply had a field day out there, the experienced player, and Rahabi rather, has definitely enjoyed his time tonight. And you wonder if there's any relation to Saeed Rajabi. Sirazi, upon the Wikipedia search, might have been in affiliation to Rahabi as well. Jaron, in the dying seconds, trying to just put one more dagger through the heart of City. And there might that dagger be. It's the player coach. It's Fernando de Moraes. He's loving that. United have hit 9. It's been quite the performance from the club based in Tarneed. Their futsal outlet have certainly lived up to tonight's occasion. And they are the derby winners for the first time in the 2024 second season. A contest which took us some time to get underway. It took some time to come alive once it was in play, but no shortage of drama, goals, and all inspiring match moments. Full time in the derby, Western United 9, Western City 3.
I grew up with low self-esteem. It was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a Benzo. Red I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
We're joined by both Fernando de Moraes Jr. and Senior. Tell us about that Western derby. Your side got up quite comprehensively.
Yes, it was a good game. Very patient game in the first half. We knew it was going to be like that, so we wanted to see how they're going to come at us. We had a game plan and we executed really well. So we ended up scoring 1 goal in the first half, and that's what we wanted, to finish the first half with the lead. So, and then the second half, we just kept the ball, kept possession, did what we had to do, and then we came up with the win. And
in terms of United's latest signings, you look towards Rahibi Yagobi, who was sent off with bizarre circumstance, but Jaron in particular.
Yeah, look.
Very tantalising players. Your thoughts upon them?
2 very good players on the ball. They don't mark really well, so we got to work on that. But they're very good players on the ball. They create a lot of chances for us. One-on-ones, they're very good. So we have to create a good team around them so we can have a balance between those players and the players that will be marking. So, look, the quality is out there. Those 2 players are next level. So we're very glad that we got them. Let's see for the next game.
And just before we let you go, your thoughts on... So, Elias Parthamos is enjoying his European vacation at the moment, but how does he fit into this mould once he returns, given all the creativity on the court? Who's going to be the player that somewhat sits back and, well, allows the attackers to flourish?
This is a team game, right? So, as we're doing with the boys now with Jaime and Mochinho, we got to make sure that we create a good team around Elias, which is no doubt his quality is in next level. But he's got to come back. He's got to get fit. He's got to get a game fit. So, and we got Darcy coming back as well. We got a couple of players coming in. So we're building slowly as we go. We have a few players trialing as well with us. We need a bigger squad, and we need those players to step up. When Elias comes back, it's an all another level. We must find a way to fit into the squad in the best way possible, so he can flourish and start playing his good futsal again. So.
Well, yeah. We appreciate your time. Great futsal on display tonight from your Western United side. You got the job done in the derby. We appreciate your time. Fernando de Moraes.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. Have a good night. Thanks, everyone.
Grew up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Unstoppable, feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew running round in a benzo. Red I'll be in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level. So you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard, and maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
Grew up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a Benzo. Red I'll be in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level. So you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard, and maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
Grew up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding around in a Benzo. Red I'll be in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time.
Away and live we are for the second clash of round 5, where the old two founding teams joined together in terms of how many series futsal titles they both boast. That of 10 apiece. It's Fitzroy who lock horns with Pascoe Vale. Back in the series competition are the championship winners in the top flight. Fitzroy, well, they certainly love coming up against Pascoe Vale. Last time, which was in the Clubs Cup, the first of 2024. With the side who went undefeated in the championship and their first taste of defeat. So of course, at the hands of those in fluorescent yellow. Led, of course, by Scott Rogan, as Newen has a free kick very early on, prompting a wall to be set upon by those in black and white. As Newen goes to Rogan, takes a touch, tries to find the angle, and there's never Messino. Was just getting himself in the way. Felipe Blay is the goalkeeper. Jarvis Gin, no sight of him this evening. Or was he on the team sheet? As Nepa Messina returning for Pascoe Vale. Rogan steps ahead and, well, someone's head nearly comes off. The ball is thumped into the crowd and, well, thankfully no one getting in the way of it, but intent perhaps from the clearance from Newen. There's Michael Newen, here's Russo. Rogan, chipping ball, it's going to go out of play. Turo Diaz was instrumental in the demolition job of the Altona Knights last week for Pascoe Vale. He's got the armband on and he's very familiar with Fitzroy, and considering he's involved at the club for some time. Of course, was involved in that series victory of last season. The Tigers and the Lions sharing, you could say, their fair share of players throughout respective tenures, as Nepa Messino just trying to dance with Rogan, and early on it was Rogan asking for a push on Ciaris, now donning the purple. Sufis on the bench instructing orders alongside Gabriel Zabayos as Rogan has a hit. Full benches for both sides. Borisov Novak watching on as Russo finds Rogan. Crowd attentive to the contests. Can barely hear a pin drop, and perhaps the range is hitting the roof as Michael Newen dispossessed. And now a chance here for Pascoe Vale. It's Mazen Abdallah, Golden Glove recipient of the first season of the calendar year, who routinely parries the effort to his advantage and want to proceed these to get underway in quick succession. Not one of the 9 lives absorbed yet from the Mad Cat, as Rogan, his effort's going to hit the commissioner's room. Perhaps can hear that hitting the roof as Nepa Messino gets it to ground level. Chance was potentially opening up. Might have been Vaz trying to manufacture a move as Javada Nepa Messino dancing with Newen. Back to the keeper. So Blay went low and Rogan went over the top, and Blay was well and truly off his line. That would have been some statement from Flash. He wasn't too far away from the mark to make it 1-0. So Nguyen, here's Diaz. No Pilati this evening for the Lions. Without reinforcements that were pivotal last week. It was announced midweek that Felipe Blade would return to the club. He's number one throughout various title-winning seasons, while also having stints with Moreland and the Western Wolves as Abdallah thought he wanted to go. He finds Rogan. First time pass was the option. It falls to Rogan. As it skid away from him, Russo. Sliding is the Raging Bull. Diaz making up ground and blocking his former teammate's effort. A sign also of Alison Lehman wasn't featured in the team sheet for this evening. As Russo. Here's Rogan. Fine touch. Agonisingly close. Was Flash from finding the bottom right corner, and the effort was hit with such placement. Would have hit the side of the net if it had gone in. Diaz, no look pass. Gets it back to Raging Bull. Nguyen steals it away like a thief in the night. And really had nothing on, so he opted to chip and cough up possession. Meanwhile, keeper's off his line, and Blay has gotten away with a blunder. Well, you're returning to the club. I understand the ideology of wanting to play that little bit more adventurous, but well, not the return in which would have been fitting for the Pascoe Vale long-time servant who's back in that pink goalkeeping jersey this evening. Messina is leading. Deep inside the defensive half they now were Pascoe Vale, and they've turned over possession. It's quite a difficult couple of weeks they have. They've got Fitzroy this week, they've got Moreland the next. So you wonder what form of result they can find tonight. Started positively as they make their way towards Abdallah's goal. It's a loose ball. Never Messino is there. Here's Giovanni twisting and turning, remaining alive, and finally over the bar. Well, felt as if Never Messino was going to strike it first time, but in typical Giovanni fashion, he wanted to try galvanise. Javado's intended option has just faulted out of play. It's the first appearance for Lucas Vaz this series season. It's quite the staple in the championship as Rogan's effort comes off Nguyen and goes out off the post for a corner. We're also behind it. Low ball towards Allen. Blay and the Raging Bull in the way. It's Jimmy Soufis on the touchline, just wants Aranu. Not Aranu, wants Kevin Lamb to get involved. Combining the former City teammates as Kevin Lamb was watching Aranu for United in that previous Western derby just exhibited. With Fernando de Moraes, senior and junior, full of smiles in the post-match press conference. So Rogan, Russo. Esqueta just in the way is Corey Swall. He's trying to play that pivot role. He's now in a more central area. Rogan trying to get beyond Misquetta. Nepomuceno. Counter-attack now for Pascoe Vale. It's Newen. Angle was tight. Rogan done supremely well to close it off as the Raging Bull takes over. Tries to go around Flash, and a testament really to Scott Rogan. And how quick he really is. Earns his stripes with the nickname. And Scott, it's not so much his pace in terms of his sprint speed is one thing. His acceleration is what gives him that point of difference. As Diaz fine switching past to Misquetta. His shot not going to find any qualm for Abdallah, who gets it moving quickly to Sewell. Nice feel to this contest, similar to what we saw in the first half of the derby. Very tight affair to kickstart proceedings in the first half. Allen. Sewell might have been out of play. That's what the protests were from those in black and white, as Nepomuceno staring down the barrel of Rogan. Saw the ball roll. Newen does well. Misquetta wide of him. Newen finds Misquetta, who won the advantage, but it'll be drawn back for a free kick. Gleaming chance for the man travelling forward of Misquetta. Fitzroy have called. They might have, well, not sure. No, it was Pascoe Vale who called the timeout. So that's what we're going to cross to. That commercial break to be forthcoming. 0-0 in the founding derby, you could say, as we cross to a short commercial break.
The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future, Australia is in the top.
So, Mauricio Novak called for a timeout. And upon the return, it's a chance from the spot. It's Lucas Vaz, who went low of Abdallah. He thought about trying his luck, and not the best effort from the Mad Cat. Unsure as to why it wasn't Nepomuceno behind the free kick, as he's in possession deep. Trying to get out of that tight confined space. Rogan doing really well. Tight eye kept by Ciaras. Still somehow with Javada Nepomuceno, but it will be a corner. Rogan's persistence will pay off. Now it's time to see if they can find their tangible reward. It's short corner to Allen, ricocheting towards Lamb. Rogan sending two Pascoe Vale shirts to the ground. And that will be a foul in favour of Scott Rogan. So it's gone the other way. This is where we need just that second opinion to weigh in. Wonder if we can try and involve Josh Fusco on the broadcast at some stage. This might be his chance to get involved and upon the next stoppage. Just explain what might have occurred there. So Rogan, 10 minutes left in this first half. Has a free kick right on the edge of the box. He lets it roll for Josh Allen. That was goal bound, and it was Vaz who had to get in the way. First time pass to Swool. Turo Diaz does supremely well. It's now Nepomuceno, who can't unlock the Raging Bull with a back heel. Javado, fine ball towards Vaz. Confronted by Allen, trying to back his way and shield the ball. Still remains within Pascoe Vale's jurisdiction as the Raging Bull has a dig, which bounces off his former captain. Robotis comes into the fray for Corey Sewell. As Nepomuceno. Around Robotis he goes. Javada, Nepomuceno! It's a big stop. Nepomuceno again, and it's Rogan in the way. Frustrated. The Curacao, he thought that was a genuine chance to score. To test the goalkeeping abilities of Mazen Abdallah, and the Mad Cat still has all his 9 lives intact as Rogan ventures with intent. It's late from Diaz. It'll be a card you'd assume from Ciaris. And there it is. Forward. Oh. No, rather back to front within a flash. And it was that man aforementioned who had to take some stopping. They've started well, Pascoe Vale. They nearly found the opener. That's out the other end in which the Tigers have a chance to tame the Lions and put themselves in front. Allen and Newen behind the free kick. Lovely feel to this contest. You wonder what Evan Salmilena is thinking. If you're not sure who that is, you best go do your homework. So it's Newen. It had shape. It had genuine shape. But no avail. As the same man finds Lamb. Clutch goes back towards Allen. Here's Newen. Josh Allen, here's Robotis. Trying to now play the game on their own terms, Fitzroy, and Arturo knows a thing or two about him and just gets in the way. Nepomuceno. Flirting with the idea of playing something forward. Here is Lamb. Russo. Not sure who Newham was trying to pick out there. There's an abundance of people behind the goal in that vicinity. All consistent of the Moreland Blues, and a lot of embraces for their latest acquisitions. There's so much excitement coming into that contest. You wonder what Mo Tanker of the Black Army is thinking as Nepomuceno has a chance. Javado has a hit a hand. Russo will play on, and you'll find Newen. Nepomuceno tracked all the way back, and he thought that was a handball. Ciaris thought the opposite. So Blee trying to pick out Vaz. Too much height on the lofted option. 7 minutes, or just under rather, remaining in this first half. Scores still level at nil apiece. Who can draw first blood? As Russo. That's the question that we're starting to ask. It's Newen. Equal to that task. Double team press arriving from Robotis, who came in company and got the ball back on the edge of the box. Here's Russo, back to goal. Javado does well to stand tall and force the MVP of last season backwards. Here's Seb Wickett. Give and go with Newen across the face. Couldn't pick out Robotis, and Blee's gone over the top. Nadella doesn't like conceding those as much as he likes scoring them, and Newen, fortunate, but nearly rolled behind him. A couple of times now for Michael Newen, just coughing up possession. Perhaps a bit too over-eager to get things moving. Come with the game plan so far. The Lions, and well, they're executing it to perfection. Could argue, well, they should be in front, considering they've had more clear-cut chances. So Robotis and Newen just getting each other's grills. In doing so, it's sent Newen to the turf. Asphalt turf, it's all the same thing really. Playing field. I've not been living under a rock for the past week and a half. I'm fully equipped with what's occurring with Moreland and the players they've signed, and I've been banging on about it for some time, and well, we just hope that a broader message gets sent across. There'll be some viewing in just under the next 30 odd minutes. What we can see unfold from those that have made the journey from Indonesia to play in the land down under. It's not just Semolina, it's Amos and Ick who all come across. Samuel and Brian. And players of Black Steel. As Rogan, here's Wickett, trying to step inside Newen. Misqueta goes beyond Rogan. Chance for Pascoe Vale! And it's Lucas Vaz, the number 9, who takes it with 2 hands at close range. The championship winners in front against the series futsal winners. Brilliant play from Misqueta. Had all the work to do, got beyond the captain. Put it on a plate for Vaz. And it's 1-0 to Pascoe Vale. It was last week where City had taken a real troublesome time to Moreland. In the week that follows, it's the Lions who roar first in the face of the Tigers. Misqueta with a heavy press, forcing Abdallah to go long, and not sure many would have forecast this. It's quite the start. As Diaz, Misqueta on that occasion just not able to provide the right pass. So Rogan assesses what he has out wide. That's Newen, wide of court. Sewell ahead of him, more advanced, trying to pick out Newen yet again. It's Vaz. Questionable idea for a clearance. Now it's the Tigers. They want to do the talking. Sewell gets his angle off his left, preferred boot, and forces Blee to palm over for a corner. Under the thoughts of Jimmy Suvas and Gabriel Zabayos in particular. And they can try to turn the tide as Vaz, fine control. Diaz under some duress. Newen. Out wide is Vaz. Many ahead of him. He awaits the cavalry. Scooping ball back towards the Raging Bull. Wanted to try pick up Misquetta. Newen's done well to interpret the idea. Wanted to go around Misquetta, and in doing so, it's Newen, who's helped up by the man who took him down. Just makes way for Josh Allen. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in his first half. Appreciate all those rather remarks made in the comment section as Swool. That's a big save. Unorthodox, but well, it's going to work for Blee. That throw, not so much. Swool takes it on the fly and had shape, not power. Misquetta. Crowd side. Vaz tries a long option. Misquetta gets it to Nepa Messina. Here's Javado. No look pass towards Misquetta. It's going to go in for the Pascoe Vale Championship winning side. It's Vaz. Instinctive, creative, and it's 2. Right on the cusp of half-time. It's the Lions who claw themselves into a 2-goal lead. They've kept the Tigers scoreless. And Gabriel Zeballos, with 58 seconds left in the half, has called for concern. He's issued the timeout. A goal catching us by surprise. It was brilliant from Lucas Vaz, who's on a brace as we hit a short timeout break. Do not move a muscle. This game is turning out to be quite the contest.
That every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
So, we're back. Minute and 3 seconds left in the first half. Pascoe Vale in front for now as Sewell to turn it around. Fortune for Bleed, hits the bar, and now Newen pacing down the other end, gets the rub of the asphalt, gets his shot away, and it's Abdallah. Might have been going out of play, but he was taking no chances. Imagine they hit 3. 2-0 an attainable score, 3 not so much. Common rule of thumb with football, or its indoor variation. As Allen finds Sewell, 33 seconds left. Misquetta plucks it out the sky. Has it remain alive? Misquetta. It's 3! Minicio Novak! And the Pascoe Vale fans in raptures. Newen is the goal scorer. Gabriel Zeballos will question Ciaras, who's going to question perhaps Joe. Had it gone out of play, a cloud of uncertainty will surround it. But that will be half-time. And it's Pascoe Vale, who are 3 goals to the good. Not sure anyone would have forecast this. Quite the grandstand finish win for the second half of this second fixture in round 5. We're going to cross to half-time. It's 3 to the good for Pascoe Vale. Can you believe it? We'll return shortly.
up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding around in a Benzo. Red I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive. But look at me now.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
Well, a contest in which not many would have thought is going the way it is. Josh Fuss goes out the bunker and on commentary side. Josh, your immediate thoughts surrounding this upset we're witnessing currently?
Yeah, look, all credit to Pascoe Vale. They're playing an amazing game and they're showing it an intensity that I don't think a lot of teams have shown against Fitzroy. A fearlessness.
Abdallah! Abdallah has scored from distance again! He's done it again! The man cat has done it again! An effort in which was never looking like missing off his boot.
Oh my
He has
goodness.
simply put it in beyond Blee, who's been emphatic until this stage. How's the Cat done that? The champions draw one back in the most extraordinary circumstance.
Adam, I'm going to say this. This is the best goalkeeper in the competition. I can't deny it now. I can't. I love you, Frano. I love you, Aaron. This is the best goalkeeper in the competition. No one can be clutch like that.
And has simply changed the complexion of the contest. It's flipped it on its head. When you've got the goalkeeper from his own, inside his own goal line, changing the scoreboard. Josh mentioned in our little halftime break that the champions were going to come out absolutely firing. And that's a cylinder in which they don't usually opt towards. They don't usually require going to that gear. There's 6th gear, then there's 9. 9 gears for the 9 lives of the Madcap Mazen Abdallah. And that is absolutely incredible. Lost for words, Josh, but how about this contest? We could be witnessing an instant classic.
I tell you what, I'm going to go home and put up my Mazen Abdallah poster that I have in my room. Put it up there because he's changed his game.
Credit to Blee. I mean, He's made a good save there, but when called upon, he's been all over it. He's had the luck of the asphalt also roll his way. But how do you coach against that? You simply don't. Meanwhile, Allen has a corner. Here's Rogan towards Robotis, who's trying to turn away. Now Nepomuceno wants to stroll along the crowd side. Couldn't go beyond Russo. Ball remains alive. Russo trying to go incisive towards Robotis. To no avail. So now Vaz, real intensity to this contest. He feels as if it's a cup final. Nifty footwork from Vaz. He's leading the charge. Takes a ball roll. Here's Newen. Flash in the way. It's going to bounce towards Newen. Nepomuceno's an open option. Javara not acknowledged. He's in space there, the Kurakoan. His side possession just interfered with Rogan.
This is a different Fitzroy this half. That first goal, it's given something to them, and you're about to see the best Fitzroy side you've ever seen. Down, they've never been down 3-0 in a very long time. Very long time. This is the big game.
The big game indeed as Newen will try to latch onto that Nepomuceno pass. I feel like Scott Rogan is about to enter God mode.
God mode.
Confronts his opposing number. Gets it to Newen, who's stretching. Nepomuceno closing.
It's a battle for the jungle, this one. Lions, the Tigers. We know who the Kings are, but, you know, the Lions are hungry for that crown.
So Newen thought he'd try his luck. He's going to bounce towards Vaz. Russo has it moved towards Newen. They claim a handball. Monsieur Novak just trying to make himself small on the touchline. The one night replays aren't operational. Might have a generational goal on our hands as Allen has options aplenty in wide areas. Rogan lurking. Nearly caught on it was Allen, and Vaz had it ricochet off him. And you just wonder, Josh, the thoughts of Milton Sakos at the moment.
Well, I don't think he'll be too upset. I think he'll be pretty happy. I mean, obviously Moreland, the biggest rivals of Fitzroy right now. And you can't wait for that next game with Evans Molina. I think he's going to come in and play one of the best players in the world. He'll be loving this for the result for the league. It means so much. If they hold it.
Nepomuceno. Abdallah equal to the task. Well, you wonder, Josh, if there's going to be some Pascoe Vale players getting in the way of what you could say is the man taking a set shot for goal if you want to bleed Aussie rules into it. It's absolutely, just having watched it back for the first time now, it is beyond belief how he can do that as Vaz trying to get beyond Rogan, and well, he done well there to try and get around Flash momentarily. The angle not working in his favour.
He's a very dangerous player, Lucas Vaz. Turn of the shoulder, he only needs a second really, and he's usually putting that on target.
Touching on it before, but I'll touch on it yet again. In 43 matches, 73 goals.
Yeah. MVP last season too. The MVP.
Certainly a player in which Pascoe Vale look to utilise. Does boast that goal-scoring prowess. It's Kevin Lamb. He's known for clutch moments. He steps inside. His shot might have been goal-bound. We won't know for sure because it's the raging ball in the way. Corner taken short, Diaz. Just, you could say, unconventionally backs it out of play. Rogan's effort had real velocity. It was Lamb trying to just navigate it towards the back ball, the back of the net. And throw towards Javada Nepomuceno. Here's Kevin Lamb. Fine ball to Russo. Can he get his shot right? Blee with some belief. He makes the save. Here's Newen. Rogan stepping towards Newen yet again. Russo circulating. Lamb the reverse option, but it's Mesqueta in the way. Ciaris just ensuring to have his point across. And keep order on the contest as Nepomuceno stepped in the way momentarily. Rogan, first time futsal. Sliding's the raging bull. And each interaction, Josh, you notice the keeper
Yeah.
of Blee. He's loving it. He's animated. He's punching the air with his fists.
That's the only way you can do it against this team. You have to believe. You know, it sounds silly, but you have to.
Lamb gets the rub of the asphalt. He backheels. Nepomuceno gives it back to Lamb. Blee, the man full of belief.
And I'd say it's so important that they keep the 2-goal lead. Once it goes to 1, I don't think they have a chance in the game because Fitzroy will eat at you. They will get into this. Really, once they have that sniff, you as a team, you know what Fitzroy are capable of. And it gets to you mentally.
Oh, not to put you on the spot, Josh, but
Yeah.
when was the last time in which Fitzroy...
Oh,
to think about the Classico
Oh, wow.
of last season where Moreland had taken the lead first,
Yes.
but I feel like that might be the last time in which the Tigers were behind. Not by, I wouldn't go by goal margins,
It
but
was
just
probably
behind.
the club. Oh, okay, behind. Wow. I'd say the Clubs Cup last season when Moreland won 2-0 is the only time, and that's still Moreland. So it's been 2, 3, 4 seasons since this team has actually been beaten in extra in real time. It's been a very long time. I think it was Hume.
And you just think, if it remains, and look, we're a long way from home. We're still 15 minutes and 40 seconds away
Plenty of time, yeah.
from that final siren, but just think about how this is going to polarise Pascoe Vale. I know it could be too early to talk, but imagine the perception. Imagine the power. Imagine the belief also it would give the club if they were to knock off a side in series, Josh. When was the last time they actually had faced defeat? Was it to Hume, like you mentioned?
I
or?
think it was to Hume.
And that would have
3
been
or 4 seasons ago.
Wow.
That's in regular time, I believe, because obviously penalties come into it. So there'll be someone who corrects me in the comment section, but it has been a very long time. Last season was completely unbeaten. I think the season before it was 1 game, and I think it was on penalties.
So there you go. Of course, those watching at home, if you have any history surrounding Fitzroy, please share within the comments. We'd love to hear what you might have to say. And wow, can't believe what we're witnessing so far. We're certainly having fun with it. Love the viewership also. It's really ramping up on a fitting night, considering the talent in which has boasted and coasted onto our shores.
And of course, that final game is delayed about 10 minutes. And that's the big one. Everyone wants to watch Evan. Everyone wants to watch the Black Steel boys.
Ready to come out and have their say upon Series Futsal Court in Thomastown as Newen had a slight deflection. Misquetta will lead as a scoop pass towards Misquetta with the header. Could have been a chance for Pascoe Vale, something in which in this second half I haven't seen much of. And Odysseus Novak, Josh, is, well, he's nearly becoming a player. He wants to wind back the years. He's nearly on the court. Could not imagine the celebrations if they do get up as Nepomuceno brings it towards the corner. Lamb gets in the way. They have a tussle. The Raging Bull goes for a slide. And look how far, Josh, he's just itching towards the field of play.
Referee Michael Tiaris, for me to take care of that. Be careful, we're not encroaching too far.
So Newen wants to go forward towards Misquetta. Must admire his pivot play. Is an aspect of his game in which I'm sure he'll concede he might need to clean up on. That's his shooting boots. But in terms of his overall play, Josh,
Yes.
it's menacing.
He's a very good player. He is a very good player. By that one time where we laughed at and he can shoot well too. He is a great player.
It's a great pass from him there to find Nepomuceno. Ball roll towards Newen. And Abdallah's going to try it again. And don't blink, Josh. Don't blink.
He's got about a 50% chance of hitting that. Truly.
It's so amusing. It's just ridiculous. It's just, how do you describe it?
What you need to talk about more is how hard Lucas Vaz hit that shot, and he just caught it. He is such a good keeper, and he makes it look simple.
So Sewell has the kick in. Here's Newen. Lamb has to find one of those clutch moments he's graced the competition with as Sewell couldn't unlock Lamb. Nepomuceno happy to just Relinquish play to Blee, who gives it right back to Fitzroy. It's now Rogan in jurisdiction. Lamb back to Flash. Slide from Newen. Left trails in his tracks. Nepomuceno crafty. Mesquita happy to clear. I'm sure they might be visible on your screen, but quite the track for the Moth Frop to clean up, Josh.
Well, yeah, it's one of those intense games, isn't it? Everyone's sliding around, pushing each other. It's getting physical. It's getting heated. I wouldn't be surprised if about 5 minutes to go, even the coaching staff will get heated because it's just this game means so much.
Is there history between both Maurizio Novak and Fitzroy by memory? I'm sure throughout the years on opposing sides they would have, I'm sure Maurizio is aware of the immense pedigree of Fitzroy. Meanwhile, it's Lamb. Right in front of that bench. They all protested. Ciaris remained ice cool as Rogan can't go around Mesquita, who draws the foul. His hands might have been a bit high. Look towards the foul tally, only 2 issued in favour of Fitzroy. So a free kick. Scott Rogan behind it. Sufis and Zabias watch on. As Rogan goes low, it ricochets towards Small and Nepomuceno in the way. The 2 opposing number 11s on each other momentarily. Rogan beyond Mesquita. Newen can't trap. Long ball forward, Mesquita impeding Rogan. And Mesquita conceding 2 fouls. Has to just be a bit more mindful, you feel, Josh.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do is give Fitzroy any chance of coming into this game at all. You don't want to give up too many fouls and go to the spot. They will convert. They're a clutch team like that. When the games get to the points that matter, they stand up.
So Lamb back to Abdallah. Goalkeeper utilised. That's a nice idea of a cross. Well, to try and find the height of Newen. That of Michael. Almost a real palpable feeling, Josh, of tense, like real tension.
Of course. I mean, again, it means so much, these two. And they're both chasing that illustrious 11th title.
Newen takes a roll and he's going to clutch and just gingerly come off. Perhaps still nursing a bit of an injury. Allen in his place. Haven't really seen Josh Allen come to life yet. Mesquita trying to use his body. Here's Javado. Gets his own ball back. The raging ball. Oh, Mesquita acknowledged the idea. The execution not there on that occasion. Lamb, Sewell just progressing up court. Allen. Diaz takes charge. Couldn't find Nepomuceno. Rogan has the ball, just faltered towards Allen. Skips beyond the raging ball. Angle's getting tight. Chance for Sewell!
Wow.
And they claw one back. The Tigers. Took them a fair chunk of time, but they still have quite the time remaining to draw level. Pascoe Vale still with a lead. But Sewell, he started the move and Mully finished it, Josh.
Absolutely. Hey, and Josh Allen came to life on that play there, down the flank. Beat his man twice, plays the perfect ball. And this is where it's dangerous for Pascoe Vale. Fitzroy within 1. The pressure is going to be mounting.
And you can almost feel it up here on commentary. Not all those in the crowd just completely drawn to the contest. I'm sure you are at home as Allen nearly plucked it out the sky. Loose man now arriving. Nepomuceno was that man, and the player you want most in that scenario on that occasion just couldn't live up to it. The Tigers just starting to position themselves to get on level terms. How can the Lions withstand that? But there it is! It's Josh Allen who makes it 3 apiece. From 3-0 down, it's 3-all. The series futsal winners draw on level terms against the championship winners in this hunt for a historic 11th title. It was mounting, Josh. You could feel the tension, and the Tigers draw level. Meanwhile, the Raging Bull, against his former club, simply couldn't reinstore a lead for his current.
That's such an important shot, Adam. You need to put that away.
It's opened up. Blee with a big save. Nepomuceno couldn't pluck it out the sky. End-to-end futsal at the moment. Vaz, fine control. Fitzroy back in numbers. Vaz trying to dance beyond Russo. Trying to get the better of Cozzy. That's why he's the MVP of last season. Bit of arrogance also with a push. Josh with a push to Vaz saying, mate, that's not getting past me. Swool. Tried it first time and couldn't find what he was looking for, but Odessa Novak has called for a timeout. That's going to give us momentary respite on commentary. We'll return shortly for an enthralling contest. 3 apiece between Fitzroy and Pascoe Vale. Don't move.
Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day it's good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction.
We had a breath, Josh.
Wow.
We're back.
Wow.
That describes it, but upon that further, your immediate thoughts. What's gone through the mind of Josh Pascoe?
I think, look, I told you before I joined you in commentary that it doesn't matter that Pascoe Vale's up 3-0. Fitzroy are Fitzroy, and they will come back. They'll find a way back. They're the champions for a reason. That doesn't mean that they've won this game. It doesn't mean Pascoe's out of it. It just means we need to keep playing on, and one moment of magic is going to decide this game.
Well, there's been many moments of magic in this contest. Which one will prove decisive? Was that the post or the Mad Cat? We're not too sure. Nguyen nearly in to reinstore a Pascoe Vale lead. Vaz, his effort's going to rocket off of Josh Allen. And, well, this evening's commentary has had its fair share of moments where the voice pitch has gone beyond its usual capacity. Hope the audio's doing us justice. It's been that kind of game. As Vaz crossed the face, that could have ricocheted anywhere. It falls to Russo. Here's Rogan. That's hit a hand. That was a brief little spell for Pascoe Vale. Ciaris is going to have his work cut out for him. Novak and his brigade absolutely roaring in abundance each time anything seems to be occurring with tangibility around it, you could say, as that ball's going to go out of play. Josh, tremendous. You have to somewhat drink it in while experiencing it. Also trying to do the job that's in front of us at the same time. But both timeouts issued by Maurizio Novak.
I think there's still one left for Fitzroy.
Wonder how that can prove dividends as Blees come off his line. And via the deflection, the narrowest of margins, Russo was nearly there to rock it in for 4-3. A 4-goal turnaround prevented by the post. Corner for Fitzroy, and it's the bar yet again. The frame of the goal has not stopped moving. It's like jelly inside your fridge. There's so much buoyancy to the bar. It was hit twice within a matter of seconds. Allen's low cross towards Robotis, who just wasn't there to trap. And Blee. It's close there.
So close. Look, Vaz with a bit of pressure there finds himself out of it. He's the key man.
Rogan nearly there, and the Raging Bull and Rogan on opposing sides. Major disputes from the Pascoe Vale bench. It is their ball. Imagine the roof if they had to find a guy that would put them in front. Nepomuceno, he might be the man to do it. Confronted by Robotis, he gets it back, but couldn't find Vaz.
My question is, Javara has been on this court for a very long time. Has he had enough of a rest to be as effective as he should be?
Of course, he's rather equipped to his fitness, considering the amount of match minutes he's accumulated throughout his entire playing career.
Of course.
Not just so much on a futsal court.
Yeah.
But remember, he has got that in his arsenal, as does Rogan. He scoots away. Closes the gates from Blee. He's been inspired. It's Newen. Robotis. Allen barking to go back towards the Mad Cat. He's going to set it up. The Raging Bull's going to loft. And Messino's going to settle for a side possession. Inside stoppage time, 4:39 left. Evan Sumalina and his teammates all shortly residing on a serious futsal court. We cannot anticipate that anymore. It's simply not far away now. Excited to see what they can provide to the competition. Those of Black Steelers. That long ball is going to search for it. Abdullah will catch. He'll throw quickly towards Allen. Rogan moved out wide. Allen thought he'd try let fly, and he's hit the statue. Nearly inside the final 4 minutes. The viewer count just going up by the minute. And well, we hope you're enjoying what's on display here tonight as the Raging Bull went toe-to-toe with Allen. It'll be his ball, scooped towards Nepomuceno. Edge of the box. Has it on a string in that area with Rogan. Here's Nepomuceno, gets in Rhodes, he goes down. Ciaris has a look. Newen's heavy touch goes out of play. Shinguard's flying off the court. Was Javara Nepomuceno fouled? The froth mop will be called upon, a yellow card issued to Javaro, but Josh, you might have had a better view.
Look, that's a decision for the referee. It's very difficult, even from where we are, to see if that it's a penalty or not. But without replays as well, without having a second look at it, it's very difficult.
Such drama we're witnessing tonight on a cold Melburnian winter in Thomastown. We're not. Who knows which way this one's going to go? As Nepomuceno can't trap. Rogan's done well to just infiltrate the thought process of the Curracoan. Here is Rogan. His pass, very uncharacteristically going out of play. Vaz trying to scoop, and that's Russo in the way. It's a bit of a calm before the storm, perhaps, Josh, which we're currently immersed in. The raging ball gets to Newen. Vaz. Pascoe Vale haven't really played deep out the back. They've manufactured a nice pass towards Newen on that occasion. Rogan draws the foul.
I mean, there was a foul.
It was a push.
It was a push.
There was a push.
I mean, I don't know why they're screaming at that. It should have been. I mean, it should have been called straight away. I think they were calling for a play on, probably looking for the advantage, right? Absolutely makes sense, but that was a foul.
Pascoe Vale have 3 minutes and 16 seconds to either hit the front or take this to penalties. They simply cannot concede another foul or another goal.
Oh,
there it is! Pressure makes diamonds. Most valuable players are awarded that accolade for a reason. It's Cosy Rousseau who shatters the hearts of Pascoe Vale fans. A 4-goal turnaround in Thomastown. And that's the reason, Josh, why they're cream of the crop.
This is the MVP for a reason. When the moments get tough, this guy comes along. Beautiful goal. Might have just won the game for Fitzroy.
Is it over yet? Pascoe Vale will certainly not die wondering. You feel as if, for their earlier effort, they could be deserving of having this go to penalties. Obviously, they cannot concede, but they simply cannot put a foot wrong as Faz and Newen perhaps just could say getting started. I'm not sure what the approach might be from Pascoe Vale, considering, but, well, Josh, they're so close. They're so close. They have to find that extra 5% to make it tangible. Abdallah's going to let fly again, and that's what preceded the goals for Fitzroy this evening. Vaz flick on. Abdallah will claim. Sewell does really well. Nepomuceno scooping. Vaz turning. Abdallah throwing long. Rousseau's the target. Blee came off his line. The visual currently down for the meantime. We'll provide what we can with audio. Jesus. As Blee takes it on. Open goal. When they're open, he can't score them. When there's a keeper in front, he can. Make it make sense, Mazen Abdallah. So Blair was well and truly off his line. It fell towards Abdallah, in which he hit. Nepomuceno. Here is Javaro. Steps inside. Vaz. Can Pascoe Vale find the Holy Grail? They get it back. Misqueta with the ball roll. It's gone the other way. The decision goes the opposite direction. That's 5 fouls for Pascoe Vale. Chance. For Fitzroy to put this one beyond doubt. A real test of the media team this evening. It's all gone horribly wrong on an occasion. And it needs to all go right, but we've got it working at the meantime. Pascoe Vale have to try and find something within these dying stages of the contest. Blee's been inspired. He throws quick towards Diaz. Allen's deep ball, minute 41. Josh Fusco, you're back.
I'm back.
For all the nights for it to go wrong. It's a nice night, and well, it certainly has been a test for you, hasn't it, mate?
It's been a test, all right, but it's been a bigger test for Fitzroy in this Pascoe Vale game. where Pascoe Vale have stood up to the task. Lucas Vaz has been incredible. Javara has been incredible. Arturo has made I don't want to say a name for himself, but a statement nonetheless. Very good against his former club. There's 1 minute and a half left. There's a chance they can do it.
Diaz might have had question marks around the quality of which player he was at Fitzroy. Many thought he was just a decent player in a great squad. He's really showcasing his value. And a side with, well, you can say less talent, but got the party tricks. There's Never Messino getting overzealous, getting creative inside. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Froth Mop will add to the drama. For our newer viewers, please become aware of all the rules upon a series court here at Series Futsal. We call upon the Froth Mop to just get rid of any, froth we caught on the floor. And of course, any residue in which the players might run into, which could lead to injuries or fallings over.
I'll tell you what, Adam, who's your player of the match so far? For me, it's Marsden.
Who else was it going to be? He's staring down the barrel of 2 consecutive commentator goal of the season awards, something in which Josh Fusco will introduce shortly as Allen wheeling, can't get away. He'll be issued a card for not giving the ball back promptly.
Is that on his second yellow?
Uncertain Josh as Vaz with Allen. Nepomuceno's an option. The Raging Bulls out wide. You wonder if Pascoe Vale going to look towards the higher shelf. It was Nepomuceno stepping inside. 50 seconds left. Can't simply blink. Misquetta. Back towards the Raging Bull. Here's Nepomuceno. Where's that golden chance? Giovanno's out of infrastructure. Chip ball towards Rousseau. One-on-one with the keeper. Allen in support. The Raging Bull steps in and sets sail. Rogan steps in. Takes over. Allen, end-to-end futsal. But the dagger in the heart, it's Blee. 25 seconds left, big save. A lifeline perhaps for Maurizio Novak's side. Swool across the face. Goes out of play. No seconds taken off the clock. Give and go with Vaz. Seconds precious. Moments have to be magical, you feel, as Misquetta trying to hold it up. Russo's going to run into space. He's got Allen in support. Zabalos and Sufis calling for calm. They've got possession inside the last 10 seconds. Rogan will keep with Russo. It's going to be what could be a famous Fitzroy victory. Pascoe Vale simply have to throw the sink at it now. There's 4 seconds. That effort from Maturo is going to go over the bar. And that's going to be all she wrote. Series Futsal winners. Series Futsal heritage. Fitzroy. They pulled it out the fire. They were trailing by 3 goals. They're victors. They win 4-3. How about that, Josh?
It's one of the best games I've seen. 2 legendary sides to it, man. They're getting a bit aggressive here. They're talking. They're talking. But 2 great sides. What a great game. I think we'll get a player interview. We'll cut to an ad break and be right back. This is getting a bit heated.
Improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
We're joined by the man himself, Mr. Jimmy Soufis. We need to hear your immediate thoughts surrounding what was one of the greatest games of futsal I think we've witnessed this calendar year.
Yeah, well, interesting game. I mean, we felt we were in control of the game for a lot of the first half, and within a few minutes we were 3-0 down. So, it's been a while since we found ourselves in that position, but not somewhere we haven't found ourselves before. So half-time we used to reset, readjust, and yeah, we came out with a bit more energy, a bit more intensity, and managed to scrape with 3 points in the end. So, yeah.
You mentioned managerial input. How do you coach against a player from his own half scoring a wonder goal like that? Your thoughts on Abdallah's wonder strike to get you guys back well in the contest?
Yeah, it was a huge moment early in the half, and I mean, it's not planned obviously, but it's sometimes a frustrating thing that, the players think we can keep possession, but in that moment it was a huge turning point in the game. Instantly we were back in the game. So Mazen's been incredible all season. He was incredible today. He conceded 3 tap-ins and saved everything else. So yeah, I mean, what can you say about a class goalkeeper like that? You can't plan for that. I mean, it's just instinct and talent. So yeah, quality.
And just finally, the message from both yourself and Gabriel Zeballos after the match to the players, what was it, considering it's not usually a spot in which we see Fitzroy in?
Well, we haven't actually gone inside yet. There was a bit of afters there, but yeah, I'm sure we'll just reassure the boys that it's a good effort, great second half, and just so we have to be more ready from the start of the games. It's happened a few times this season, and obviously winning 4 in a row, we're targeted a lot more now, and teams really want to beat us and rise to the level. So yeah, we need to be switched on. Otherwise, we're not going to be winning this league if we come out as we did in the first half here, the second half against Western City, and so forth. So we just need to be better.
We appreciate your time. Enjoy the victory. Thank you very much there, Jimmy Soufis.
Guys. Thank you. Cheers.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player, because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally, futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that. We know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail. It's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard, and maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
grew up with low self-esteem. It was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Like love now audible. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a Benzo. Red I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive. But look at me now.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Audible. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a benzo. Red I'll be in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive. But look at me now.
A good futsal player has to be intelligent. It's the most important quality in a futsal player because in futsal play is very fast, and you have to think really fast. You don't have time, you don't have a space. They have to enjoy the game. This finally futsal or football or basketball or tennis, it's only a game, so they have to enjoy. If they don't enjoy the game, they don't improve. No, they know that we know as coaches that every day is good for improving your level, so you have to work hard every day. It's detail, it's important for improve your career. The group is the key of success. If you don't have a union group, you can win some matches, you can win some tournaments, but finally you don't win the World Cup or you don't win the European Championship. You need a strong group and everybody go in the same direction. The futsal is totally different than in Europe.
After many weeks of anticipation, we have arrived to what you've all been waiting for, the arrival of those from Black Steel. They take to a serious futsal court here in Melbourne, Thomastown. Adam Palombi alongside Josh Fusco for a monumental occasion within Futsal Oz's tenure. For it's Moreland Blues who take on Hume in round 5 to close off the round for the second season of 2024. The three international players have all made their way across. They reside on the bench, ready to enter onto something that's not foreign to them, that of course a futsal court, but definitely in a different part of the world in which the game is played. And well, Josh, we're extremely esteemed and excited to see what they can provide to the Moreland side, which boasts so much quality as it is.
Absolutely, and Hume is no easy feat. They're a good team, they're physical. Obviously the small court is a difference in game. It'll be an adjustment period for sure, but these players are such quality. I watched them in training the other day and they were walking and they were better than some players. Really, it's not even an insult. They were so good.
It's the way they walk. It's the way they talk.
Evan is ridiculously good. He's amazing.
Well, his pedigree speaks for himself, of course, that of Evan Sumilena, man from Papua, Indonesia. He's 27 years of age, plays the pivot, wears number 18 for Black Steel Papua. The
Papua.
That might be the adequate pronunciation of such, but he's represented Indonesia on 9 occasions and has scored 13 goals. Otherwise, having a look at his accolades, he's become the top goal scorer, a record-breaking 33 goals in the 2022-23 PFL season. So we're extremely excited to see what he provides here in Thomastown to give us a nice indication of where perhaps the quality of futsal resides for us in Melbourne and how far off we are from reaching our fellow Asian counterparts.
Nice to see Ubidi Cicek back in the white uniform with Hume. A fan favourite, maybe an Adam Palombi favourite.
It was almost remiss that we hadn't seen Ubidi Cicek doing his business, but he's had an extensive rehabilitation, wasn't featured for much of the or the back end of the first 2024 season. But UC7 is back on a futsal court. Quite the time for him to make his return. As Caro finds Dos Santos, and early involvement from the new shot stopper for Hume. Adavatic as Dos Santos with the armband. Back towards the doctor. Here's Andre Caro. De Souza awaits Lucas Cassin. Dos Santos. Just patient remain the Blues. Milton Sakos, I'm sure, wants to give his guest players quite the taste of all the delights in which Moreland are used to showcasing. As Temel is clean there. Here is Jubiri Cicek. Fantastic to see his return to a futsal court. Looks buff, doesn't he, Josh?
He looks ready for the game. He looks absolutely ready, and he might cause this Moreland team a few problems. He's one of the best scorers in this competition. I mean, it's been a few seasons, he's done his ACL, but I think he's still a phenomenal player and a formidable opponent.
Those are the comments of Josh Fusco, who's going to attend to some more media duties for the meantime. Might act as our boundary reporter. It's worth mentioning the quality of both Wendy Brynick and Samuel Amos, also coming from Black Steel. And we are esteemed and honoured to have them here tonight as Cicek trying to have early involvement. Hayabi was spreading. The effort well wide of Ibi. As now Klinaris gets beyond his marker, and Caro routinely puts a foot out. So side possession for Hume. For those unfamiliar with the Moreland Blues, throughout their tenure as a futsal club, they have boasted quite the talent. And of course, inclusive of that man Andre Caro. I'm sure you'll, doesn't matter what part of the world in which you might be watching from, he's certainly a player in which has tantalised courts over his entire playing career, in which has spanned for some time. As Dos Santos goes to work with Planaris. Takes a slide on the asphalt. Robson de Souza, the Brazilian, resides in Sydney. Makes the trip down to Melbourne every Friday morning to participate in tonight's competition. The Blues are Clubs Cup champions. Dos Santos got to work. It falls for De Souza. Big save by Attic. Still remains alive. And now Cicek. The returning Jubiri Cicek does well to get out of space. Klinaris glances up towards Hayabi. It was, I'm sure if you're familiar with a serious futsal commercial, it was Carlos Ortiz Jimenez, the Spaniard who represented Moreland upon his one guest stint here in Melbourne, Victoria. It was against Western City on that occasion. Though he hadn't scored, he certainly left his imprint on the club and the competition. The Blues have activated their pulling power yet again. They're simply itching for those from Black Steel to enter. Excited by their presence. Can't mention that too much, but it's Klinaris who spoils the party early. It's the Black Army in the white stripes who hit first against the Blues. That's, well, got the bib off, and there he is. Evan Sumalina takes to a futsal court in Melbourne, Victoria for the first time. We're not expecting to take a kick-off in which would be following a goal conceded for the Blues, but here is the pivot man. The talisman has entered. Has an early first touch. Ball's going to skew wide. Here's Philo lofting towards the back post, in which Simulina may have been lurking. Deep throw. Ramadan. Flick towards Tuna. Another flick. It's Cicek who lets fly, and the Santos in the way. So Cicek tries again. Confronted by Hayabi. Well, Hayabi's just attentively watching as Philo gets in the way. Cicek trying to find the angle, who's steered towards the big man of Ramadan, who just couldn't turn it in. And there come the cavalry of Black Steel. Amos and Brian Ick on the court, having their first touches. Simulina just couldn't find the option. Hayabi with his head off his line and clears away. Under the message throughout the week of the Hume manager, that of Mo Tanker, coming into the contest, how he'd feel, especially considering the star power which he's currently up against. Attic's long ball forward, which Hayabi wants to reset with Dos Santos. Here's Ick. Flick on was cheeky from Simulina. Just keeping Attic honest, and it will be a corner. Simulina lets fly. And will evade everybody. It's going to go out for a goal kick. 40 minutes played, or left to play in this first half, and surprisingly, it's the Black Army in front, that of Hume. Effort from downtown from Mick was the option. Ramadan trying to spin beyond Dos Santos. Now it's Amos. The movement's palpable from Moreland as Simulina. Dos Santos gets it back from Amos. Now Ick, the 99. Chip ball towards Simulina, who couldn't trap. Ramadan intelligent, ball just going to roll out of play. It's been quite the round of futsal. It's been quite the night for our international viewers to tune in, considering the performances in which all four sides have put on prior to this competition starting. Of course, it was the blowout in the first game, but, well, Pascoe Vale and Fitzroy certainly played to quiet the contest, as Hayabi opted to use the frame of the goal there. Of course, would allow him to legally touch the ball. Intelligent, but playing by the sword is the keeper, as Dos Santos couldn't thread the needle. Simulina takes a stumble. Temel. Amos, good read of the play. He sets forward with real intent. Just couldn't go beyond the big physical presence of Ramadan as Caro looks to re-enter the fray. What can the doctor prescribe? Here's Ick. Dos Santos. Amos towards Simulina. Nice give and go. Cicek flicking. Ick getting in the way. So Cicek rolls back to Temel. Fine start to the contest for him. Tuna through the gates of Dos Santos. Have worked it well, and Gula was there. And Kursats might have had a chance there in which he wasn't too far away from taking. And De Bruyne, here's Andre Caro. Ick. Patient. Cross court to Caro. Semolina. Fine pass to Amos. They're building the Blues. Can they find the move and the angle to get their shot right? Semolina gets it back. Options out wide. He'll look to try and flight towards goal, and the ball simply had it moved upon its flight. Hit with real velocity. Feels as if you give him half a chance, he's going to take it with two hands. Here's Temel. Pressing down the line, now a chance for Semolina. It's Chandab, that of Hamza, who's got quite the task ahead of him tonight, the youngster, 15 years of age, up against some of the world's best players, and I wonder what's gone through his thought process at the moment. As a chip pass as Gula, who took his eye off it, and, well, all that they could really manufacture on that occasion was that lofted effort which went out of play. Cardo steps ahead. Gula trying to use his height and physicality. Amos. Here's Ick. Trying to dance with Chandab. Gets around him. And well, Attic had noticed what Mazen Abdallah had done in the previous game and thought he'd try something of his own. So Cardo, it's going to flick off the back of Vamos involuntarily. And some dip on it from Tuna. As Amos. Semolina's wide. Amos goes alone! Brilliance from the Black Steel custodian. Samuel Amos showcasing his brilliance. Draws the Blues level. Individual creativity to full fruition, and it's one apiece. And it's a big save from a diving Hayabi. Mohamed Temel restoring the ideology of that Hume here to play. Big save by the keeper. Hume looking for a swift response. Chandab confronted by Ick. Nice move. Amos does well. Now Semolina, and there's Hamza. Chandab sliding upon the talisman. Brian Ick. Cardo was wide. Semolina was more central. Tuna takes over. Can't get beyond Dick. Here's Semolina. Ball roll. Brilliant save by Attic. That's brilliance from Khaled Attic to deny that well-crafted move from the Blues. Cardo. Back to the goal scorer, Amos. Robson de Souza. Always a sight to behold, but he's on a futsal court. Semolina. Cardo. Back to Evan Semolina. Try to measure a pass towards Cardo. Chandab does supremely well, the youngster. Breaks the tackle of de Souza. Semolina just getting over Zalis. Helps the youngster up, and well, Dos Santos will take his place. So 3 Black Steel players just back on the bench, trying to get their wits about them. It's Cassin and a more usual more than blue side back on court as Temel. Thought about trying his luck. Hayabi got his angles right. Temel has a bounce off Cardo. And Hume will do it all again from the side. 7 minutes to go. Just over in this first half. One apiece, tight contest. The spotlight firmly upon those representing Moreland from Black Steel. As it's the Black Army of Hume. Will certainly come out with a point to prove. Temel trying to chip a pass towards Gula. Kursat trying to muscle Dos Santos, keeps it alive within his jurisdiction. Now Tuna. Chip pass, Cassin does well to intervene. Continues his forward run, here's Lucas Cassin. And you can see De Souza just saying, I was in that wide area as Mo Tanker calls for a timeout. Just under 7 minutes left in this first half. Still haven't really seen the Black Steel players ignite yet. Of course, it's a brilliant goal scored by Samuel Amos. as we'll cross to a short timeout intermission.
I grew up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. What a bowl. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding around in a Benzo.
So Mo Tanker call for the timeout. Quite the chess match we're witnessing to close off round 5. As Attic's long throw, it's Carter who just pierces the ball away. And to all our international viewers watching this evening, a warm welcome to you. Maybe watching from. Esteemed to have you join us for live coverage. We hope in which you've so far experienced, you have enjoyed. We certainly share similar ambitions in terms of how we want futsal to become a more globalised sport, more recognised sport on a global stage. It's all the lifeblood, of course, with those watching. As Dos Santos took it momentarily away from his counterpart captain. Risky business going across the face of goal, but they make it work. Cardo, chip pass towards De Souza, who tried the acrobatics, and that would have been something special. Attic, long ball forward towards Gula, who's sliding. Hayabi blocking. Now De Santos, here's Cardo. De Souza confronted with Cicek. That's an individual battle which we'd like to see. As Cardo try getting the beating of Temel. That's why he's the captain. Brilliant back heel. Ricocheting ball. De Souza heading away. Cassin towards Cardo. He's got De Santos on for a pass. And Cicek has his chest in the way for a block. Corner for the Blues. Inside 5 minutes. Hayabi. Dos Santos. Robson De Souza. Here's Andre Cardo. Patience. A name of the Blues game as Cardo fizzes the ball towards De Souza, which goes out of play. Dos Santos. Cardo, brilliant first time pass. De Souza might have been there, but Cicek. It's usually upon defensive efforts, offensive efforts is on defensive this evening. Dos Santos. 4 minutes left in this half. We wonder what could happen. Cardo, very patient. The Blues certainly like to take their time as Cassin. Dos Santos stepping in. Putting Cicek on a platter. Having the ball shot at the mid-group of Attic. So Chandab now in his defensive half. He's Temel. Shandab back to Temel. Cicek a wide option. Hamza making his run further down the court. Here's Cicek, the ball. Coming forward is UC7. Now De Souza and Cicek coming together again. And it's De Souza just spinning around as if he's Kylie Minogue. Dos Santos, Caro. Filo, back to Dos Santos, orchestrating. There might be one final run from Semolina right before we go to halftime. Dos Santos steps inside of Temel momentarily. Caro shifts it out wide. Give and go with Filo was the idea. Now Temel wants to up a grade forward. Confronted by Dos Santos. Infiltrated by Filo. Ayabi having his question marks as to how there was no foul awarded there. So Amos has entered the court. Lone goal scorer so far for the Blues. Going around Ramadan. Filo just on the same wavelength as Semolina. Haven't seen the pivot ignite yet, but we're certainly ready for liftoff. Oh, that's risky business going back towards the keeper, but the ball might have been rolling. It'll be the Blues ball. So Semolina takes the court. You can see him asking for the pass. Amos might have had a foot on it. Atik goes over the top. Hayabi had to palm away. We've seen that a couple times tonight now, and it's Mazen Abdallah having his influence even when he's not on the court. Ball fizzed across the face. Amos, 50 seconds left. The Black Steel and the Blues all to court. Brilliant run from Amos. He awaits the cavalry. Wendy Brynick was arriving. Dos Santos. Brynick. Dos Santos back towards Ick. Now Amos in possession. Semolina. Give and go with Dos Santos. Patience from the Blues. Can they find that move on the chessboard to get them having a goal-scoring opportunity? Hayabi rolls. Ick, seconds ticking down. And he's going to go for it again. Ick's going to keep trying. You can't fault a man for doing such. But trying is this contest. It's one apiece. Half-time, it's the Blues with their guest appearances of those from the Black Steel who are on level terms with the Black Army of Hume FC. So bear with us, our international viewers. We'll return shortly following this halftime break.
up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. I'm running around in a benzo. Red I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
So we are back live for the second half. The final of round 5. Semolina, Amos and Brian Ick along Dos Santos and Hayabi all to court. The Blues with those from the Black Steel ready to fire in this second term. Underway we go. Ciaris sounds his whistle. On for the second half. There's Dos Santos. Trying one from distance. Attic had to get his claws on it. There's Brian Ick just showcasing that he can certainly strike a ball. It's going to be a deep side possession, not a corner. Now Cicek taking charge upon his return. Semolina sits him to the ground. Couldn't go around Klanaris. Cicek will hit it into the back of Wendy Brian Ick. Fizzing ball just going all over the place on that occasion. As Cicek would he try his luck? Here's Ick. Confronted with Cicek. Trying to spread it out wide to Semolina. Hume have kept a complete lock upon Semolina, and upon making inroads forward, it was Temel. It's impeded by Ick. A tactical foul, you could say. So now Temel. Here's Klanaris. Hayabi, big save. He gets it back, Klanaris, momentarily. Quite the performance from Hume so far, and especially with Klanaris just having some efforts on goal. Hayabi's really been made to earn his stripes this evening as Wendy Brian Ick shifts towards Semolina. Amos, seen some magic from him. He progresses forward. Confronted by Klanaris. Dos Santos. Kursat Gula just getting a bit overzealous, and in doing so, sends his counterpart to the ground. So Semolina sets sight for goal. Hear the crowd all in unison, just showcase that, wow, you can't take your eyes off him. They all simultaneously had a groan. As Hayabi utilises his voice. Wendy Brian Ick, bullied off it by Kursat Gula, who uses his strength. Tries to turn beyond two of the Black Steel players, who so coolly just take all the pressure out of that situation. Amos scooping towards Semolina. Was unable to find him. But the Blues have a foul. Andre Caro in place of Dos Santos. Amos keeps the ball within his jurisdiction. Ick. Amos trying to go around Cicek. Finds Caro. Wendy Brian Ick. Patient remain the Blues. Amos, edge of the box. Goes solo. Was going to be a great run. It's a bit of a scramble. It's cleared away by Cicek, who's on the floor. Now Sumalena playing a deeper role, trying to enforce Amos to get further up the court. Ick. Semolina. The idea was fruitful from Semolina to unlock Amos, but just couldn't do so. Mertuna, deep in his defensive half on the court, skews the ball out of play. Now Temel takes charge. Here's Klanaris. As he sights for goal, and it's gone in! And it's the Black Army who hit the front. Means the world to Motanka and his contingency. They are absolutely esteemed. But you wonder the response in which awaits them. As Cardo steps in front of Gula, draws the foul. Ramadan will take place for Kursak Gula. Some of the players in that pivot role, they boast a lot of physicality, a lot of height, a lot of strength. Here is Semolina. It's off the bar from Ick. They're starting to grow. Feel as if we haven't scratched the surface with them yet. Hume are certainly growing in terms of belief, and certainly as a club, and with the return of Cicek, who hasn't exactly played to his fullest capacity yet. But it will be Moreland's ball. So Cardo, Ick, out wide awaiting Amos, who's in possession. Now Ick, Cardo, that might have been out of play. That one will certainly be out of play, and Mohamed Temel has not put a foot wrong upon Semolina. Each time he lurks forward, tends to be tracking all the movements. The tantalising Indonesian as Hayabi, with his foot, judges the bounce to perfection. Has it roll away from his goal. Plenty of time, of course, for Moreland to turn the tide, but the Black Army have certainly come here with a point to prove. They have a corner. Semolina read well, but couldn't find Amos. Now wide is Klanaris. Ramadan was central. So Klanaris with a kick in. Bounces off. Vic at close range. I'll do it all again. Here's Ramadan. Just going to run out of court. But via the deflection, we'll have yet another side ball for Hume. What a statement this would be if Motanka's to hold on. We've seen this throughout the night. Tuna, chipping, Ick intervening. Cardo, Amos ahead of him. Semolina, now Klanaris upon the talisman. Wendy Brynick. Amos with Tuna, trying to step inside, draws it back, has it within his jurisdiction. Teasing Tuna. Semolina, Cardo. Back towards Evan Semolina. Cardo draws the foul. Hume have drawn 5 fouls. They must be careful. Ick resides at the bench in place of Dos Santos. Sumilena. Been licking his chops if he's to have That free kick following another foul. Hume have to be tidy. Cardo. Dos Santos. Tuna intervened pristinely. Cardo couldn't continue the forward momentum. Ramadan, it's not often you see him put on the afterburners, and to his credit, for his size, has some pace. So Cardo, Similena, here's the doctor. Dos Santos back to the keeper. Ayabi, who's so far proving to be one of the more important players this evening for the Blues, much to contrary belief. Dos Santos. Similena, just waiting for the pass, receives. Holds the play up well, the pivot. Loses possession to Tuna. He tries a roulette. Similena takes the court. As he sights towards goal. Nearly the moment in which the talisman would have engraved his name into lists of goal scorers within series futsal. His name certainly would have been in within the top 2-3% of talent in which has entered and resided on these courts in Melbourne. Nice intervention from Amos. He lofted to just have it taken away from that intended target. Look at the size of Ibidi Cicek. We touched on it briefly before, the man in possession. It looks as if the last version of Cicek had consumed, or this version of Cicek had consumed the previous version of Cicek. Nearly doubled in body mass. He's been hitting the squats, working hard to recover from his knee injury, which had him reside on the bench for some time. But UC7 back in full force. Not firing all cylinders yet, but I'm sure as Hume's season progresses, he'll become quite the asset for the Black Army. Great turn by Similena. He goes for the chip. Hamza couldn't clear. De Souza trying to take over. Chandab hits the deck. De Souza continues his press. That would have been some moment from Similena. As Amos couldn't shift around. Similena growing in this contest. Tuna taking over. He's gotten beyond Similena, who finds De Souza. Cicek wants to take out our camera crew with that clearance. It's a scoreboard. De Souza now in that pivot role. Ick chipping. Cicek, clean use of the body. Well, Attic's going to continue trying. Has got that Australian football rules background, you'd assume. As De Souza holds it up. Dos Santos snipping at the heels of Chantab. Long throw was the option from the keeper. It's a fine pass to pick out Tuna on the angle, and it's Wendy Brian Ick who's intervening. Bit of confusion surrounding that. Hume thought as if they had a side possession. Well, Moreland was certainly in position to defend, but it's gone the other way. Inside the final 10 minutes. Chandab inspired the youngster, equal to the measure of Wendy Bryonic. And Hume are on the precipice of what could be a monumental result. Certainly will not go according to the script, of course, of Milton Sakos and the Moreland Blues. But the brilliance of the Blacks still really have to come out to play, you'd assume. Here's Ick. Dos Santos. Amos with some forward movements. He opted to go away from the space. So Tuna, chip pass towards Uberi Cicek off the turn. Dos Santos does well, now Amos. Breezes beyond his opponent. Robson de Souza hits the side of the net. Now Tuna at the other end. Hayabi had to stretch. Ick takes the game on. Runs at full pace. Here's Ick, who just couldn't keep within his jurisdiction. Once he set sail, he felt as if he was like Kathy Freeman at the 2000 Olympics, just wanting to pace away. And set sail, but, well, out of court. Amos, Ick, the pacey man. Might call him that nickname within his tenure in Victoria. Fine first time idea towards the Santos, who acknowledges. Acknowledging the clock is Milton Sakos. Helps to make a double change. Semolina and Caro with their bibs off, ready to try turn the tide. Tuna just held a bit perhaps by the Santos. Ick's been very lively. Here's Amos. Steps beyond Shandab. It's Amos! Samuel Amos for the Northern Blues. Black steel by day, a blue by night. And he's drawn his side in Victoria level. There's futsal personified, gracing the courts in Indonesia. Straight onto those of the highest order in Victoria. Dare I say Australia. And it's 2-2. And Semolina rolls. Chance here, opening up for the Blues. Under duress was Cicek, who had to clear. So Milana, brilliant move. Equally as brilliant save. Kalaratic had to get low and he reacted promptly, the keeper. That's a fine throw to try find Hamza Chantab, and it's Ick who heads away, but a timeout has been initiated by Mo Tanker. 2-2 the score. For those watching, just a 2-minute timeout period to ensue. It was issued by the Hume coach. So we're going to cross to a short ad break. Do not move from the live stream. We'll return very shortly.
The futsal is totally different than in Europe or in other countries. I think there are good levels here in Australia. There are good players, so they have to work hard. And maybe in the future Australia is in the top.
Righty, so a short timeout. We're at the end of it now, back with the action. 6.5 minutes left, 2 apiece. It's been all so far the Samuel Amos show. Series Futsal Samuel Amos, that's what we'll start saying, because he has been absolutely superb this evening. Living up to the billing. The boys from Black Steel. As always, we are delighted to have them on our court here in Thomastown as Semilena just getting over Zallis. He earns possession back, the pivot. Here's Amos. Wants the spotlight firmly on him. He's played well up until this point. Gets it moving quickly. Here's Brynick. Andre Caro. Amos. Patient remain the Blues. They always like to have possession. They're in no rush. Sumilena lurking. He's in possession with Temel. Tried to roll it towards Caro. Now Tuna wants to go on an adventure. And in that adventure has the ball. Thistle out of play. Nearly inside the final 5 minutes. Hume on 5 fouls, 2 apiece. Similar spot in which we saw Moreland in last week against Western City. Of course, on this occasion, a lot more firepower at their disposal. Tuna. Chandab not round Caro. Chandab's pass will just fizzle out of play. Into stoppage time we go. The clock will stop after 5 minutes each time the ball is out of play. Caro. Sumilena. Temel has been equal to the measure tonight. Body use on display from the 2. The pass was the fruitful idea from Ick. And Sumilena just couldn't seem to bully. Or out physical rather, Temel. In his own right. Has quite the strength to boast. Ick heads it on. Semilena thought about taking it on the fly. He made sweet connection. Chandab's going to feel that in the morning. Amos has set the competition alight so far. Ick's going to try his luck. Spilling ball. And there's the moment. Ivan Sumilena. Instinctive, classy, awesome, brilliant. Cheeky with the chip. Attic unfortunate. The ball parried away from him. And it's the boys from Black Steel who've stolen the show. And Sumilena, you felt as if his name was going to end up on the scoreboard. And after a lot of anticipation, we got there in the end as the Blues turn their fortunes and lead 3-2. Show's not over yet as Amos went across the face of goal. And you must remember, well, the Black Army, that of Hume, they're setting it out this contest. They've played very well up until that point. But they must be careful. As Clanaris, agonisingly close, he's hit the bar. Sumilena, the keeper came, he committed Attic, and he's brave, the goalkeeper. Courageous Khaled. Philo spins away. Keeps it somehow within his jurisdiction. But Sumilena just couldn't guide it beyond Attic, who made his angles right on that occasion. 3:25 left. And that will be 5 fouls. So Evan Sumilena will step up to the plate. Karatic. You wonder if he's equal to his measure. A prolific goal scorer within Indonesia. Quite the talisman in Asian futsal. He's already found his first goal in the competition. We now can see his abilities from a dead ball. He steps up, and Khaled Attic makes an emphatic statement. It's a huge save from the Hume keeper. Courageous goalkeeping. You'd have to argue he's been the man of the match for Hume. A tremendous stop. Let's see how that polarises Hume as Philo puts on the afterburners and some tricks. Tuna with a chance. Now Similena wants to lead the brigade forward. Gets around Temel. Gets his shot away. Unbalanced. Was Attic in making the save, but he might have twisted awkwardly upon his knee. So they're going to check upon the Hume keeper. Inside stoppage time, the froth mop has been called upon. In the comments, we want to hear your thoughts upon those of the Ball and Blues this evening. We want to hear your thoughts upon how those from Black Steel have played. Might start a bit of a general discussion in the meantime. Also, feel free to comment where exactly you are watching from around the world. But Attic is back up on his feet. Hume have just under 3 minutes to try turn this game around, and it's Tuna. Hayabi had to be brilliant. He had to get in the way. Tuna was ever so close to finding an equaliser of grand proportions. Full credit to Hume. They've certainly come into this game with the underdog psychosis. As Clanaris tries a reverse pass across the face. Dos Santos sliding, putting his body on the line for his side. Hayabi knew his team weren't positionally in order. Hence, he conceded possession. So Clanaris, Gula, Dos Santos routinely in the way. It's hard to distinguish which of Dos Santos' abilities are better, whether it's his offensive or defensive. Hayabi tried a long throw. Attic scooping. Clanaris in space. Gets his shot away, and that was a gleaming chance for Hume yet again. 2:24 left. Corner for the Black Army. Scooping ball. Temel underneath it. Clanaris, can he get his angle? Amos will run at full steam. Sumilena back towards Amos. Sumilena to Dos Santos. Gula crashes in. Dos Santos clutches at his face. And it might be yet another chance from the spot for the Blues to put it all beyond reasonable doubt. Santos back up on his feet. And you wonder who on this occasion will step up to the plate. It might be that man yet again. Salmilena will take the responsibility. But Kaladatic currently has his number. Bit of discussion around perhaps where exactly the dead ball will be taken. So a second attempt from a dead ball for Salmilena, the specialist. The futsal icon across Asia and Indonesia primarily has the task yet again. It's time from a closer region. Attic with the mind games. Samilena has it saved! And he acknowledges Kaladatic with his thumb. Says, fair play, you've got my measure. Inspired Kaladatic. A man without fear. Whether he's had no sleep, he's had insomnia before tonight's game. He's certainly fearless. And he's made 2 saves, denying Similena from the spot. It is utterly brilliant from the newly acquired Hume keeper. Mo Tanker cannot wipe the smile off his face, the Hume manager. He's in awe of his latest acquisition in goals. Sklanaris back to Temel. Samilena. And it's Attic who's just let the international talisman know of his presence. Kicks the ball right into his back. So Cicek rolls back towards Temel. Inside the final 2 minutes, what can Hume find? Yibiri Cicek threaded the needle towards Temel. Too much pace on the ball perhaps, and the captain couldn't trap. Amos. Ick, chip pass towards Semolina, tried to chest it towards the progressing forward Amos. Cardo. Samilena couldn't scoop. Yubiri Cicek. Tuna out wide, Temel more central. Klanaris. Brilliant from Temel. Yubiri Cicek. Cardo had to slide. That might have been the move for Hume. Corner. Cicek, patient. Temel. Yubiri Cicek. Trying to step beyond Cardo. Out for another corner. Nearly a minute left. Fine read. And off he goes. Wendy Brynick thought he'd try his luck. Jetting away. Now Cardo wants to just take the pressure out of the situation. Amos first time to Cardo. They're going to try to remain patient here, the Blues. Amos with some pace. Wants to go alone. Doesn't really have much cavalry. Samilena, great ball. Stretching, getting there is Ick for the hat-trick. They went for the pass, and Semolina just couldn't find Amos's unselfish option. .30 seconds left. It would be monumental if Hume can find an equaliser. Mo Tanker and company up on their feet. Klanaris trying to gear up to go towards goal. Klanaris impedes Samilena. Mo Tanker incensed. And there might be yet another chance from the spot. It's under the Cardo this time. He will step up to take it inside the final 16 seconds. You can see Kalatic just pointing towards Evan Samilena to take it. Full of confidence, the keeper. And Samilena will be equal to the task. The mind games perhaps have already started. You can see Kalatic having a fair chat with the Indonesian talisman. He's full of confidence, the keeper. But Samilena with his third chance from a dead ball. It would be quite the story. Samilena steps up and Attic saves it again. But he's copped it right potentially in the crown jewels. You can't wipe the smile off of Mo Tanker, nor those in the arena. Putting his body on the line. Karl Attic. Although it looks rather improbable, if you are to find an equaliser, it's off the back of the inspired keeping from Karl Attic, and that was hit at full 5 bars of power from Samilena. And it's hit him right in the crown jewels. And well, you can tell by the comments section you're certainly enjoying what you've seen there in terms of the goalkeeper putting his body on the line, but he's going to be feeling that for some time, and your thoughts have to be with the courageous Karl Attic, who's earned that nickname of courageous tonight. He's had to be helped up onto his feet as he's smiling. He's certainly got a big smile on his face, and Well, a lot of courage on display. He can barely stand on 2 feet. As his captain embraces him with a bit of a chat. Turns towards goal and he's got an embrace from the commentators. Inspired play from the keeper. I'm sure he'd be glad to hear. You can see the comments giving their commiserations and condolences. As he's had to be called upon there, he's caught from close range. Just 15 seconds left. Is there time for Hume? They've left it late. Chichek, is this some return? Similina will take charge. The Blacks still running in numbers. And the hat-trick is there. It's Samuel Amos who confirms all 3 points for the Northern Blues. And his hat-trick upon his debut on a serious futsal court here in Thomastown, Melbourne, Victoria. That's going to round up round 5. The Blacks steal upon their guest appearance for the Northern Blues. Steal the show. That had to be stolen away from Karadatic in his goalkeeping courageous brilliance. But the Blues remain undefeated in Season 2 of 2024. That's going to wrap up round 5 proceedings. We'll try get those of Black Steel for an immediate press conference following the contest. Be sure not to leave. We'll have their thoughts immediately. Full time between Moreland and Hume. Moreland 4, Hume 2. Please don't go too far away. We'll have the comments of one of the Moreland players shortly.
In tight spaces, they step out.
It's only a game, so they have to enjoy.
Josh, you there?
Enjoy the game.
Yep, ready to go, guys?
They know that we know as coaches that every day is
Live.
good for improved your level.
So Kevin Dos Santos, the Northern Blues remain in the winners column, but they were with tonight, of course, their guest appearances from Black Steel, the Indonesians coming across and gracing our courts. Your thoughts surrounding their performance?
Yeah, they were very good, quick on the ball, defending well. It's just amazing to see they playing, how they play. It's unbelievable.
Well, unbelievable was the performance, in particular from Samuel Amos, who took the spotlight away, you could say, from Samilena and 20 Brian Ick. And, well, quite a performance, a hat-trick on his debut.
Yeah, it's great to see the way he plays. Is just quick on the ball in tight spaces. He think when he wants, he scores. He just scored beautiful goals, as you guys saw, and yeah, it was amazing.
Just want to touch on Hume for a minute. They really made Moreland earn tonight's game.
Yeah.
Is anyone in particular from Hume in which had changed the game for them? We look towards their keeper, who was absolutely brilliant. But aside from him, who else could you showcase for Hume that played well?
Look, they defended very well. College just saved 3 penalties, was unbelievable. Temel always like class player. I like to see the way he plays. So for me, Temel is a very good player and key player for Hume.
Well, we appreciate your time this evening. That was Kevin Dos Santos from the Moreland Blues. Enjoy the victory and the
Thanks,
weekend.
boys. Thanks.